Also, a new AP poll asked Americans an open-ended question on their thoughts on the president, and the most common response has to do with his age, how old he is in the oldest president in history. Does the White House have additional plans to demonstrate that he can continue to, do the job at his advanced age and kind of allay some of those concerns?
I mean, look. I appreciate the question. I get it often, as you know, and what I would say, and I've said this many times, and many of my colleagues have said this, the president says this, if you watch him, if you've seen what he's done the last 2 years, this is a president has had a historic administration in just 2 years. If you look at the 13.5, more than 13.5 million jobs that he's been able to create, if you look at how he's been able to turn the economy around so that it works for middle-class Americans, if you look at the Inflation Reduction Act and what it's going to do to really help Americans as relates to healthcare, as it relates to utility bills, if you think about the chips and science, I mean, this is a president who has taken historic actions, and not just with Democrats on the Hill, but in a bipartisan way. I just mentioned the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act. In many ways, this president has been able to do things that is going to change how American families move forward, whether it is economy, whether it's health care, whether it is trying to make sure that they are able to give to their, do what they can for their family, for their kids. That is important, and so that's what we will happily to discuss as it relates to age, what the president has been able to do and how he's been able to deliver.
And the last question is, the press pool spotted the president walking the Oval Office with his personal physician, Dr. O'Connor, a few minutes ago. Is there an appointment? Did he have a meeting about a health concern?
This is the first time I'm hearing of that. Clearly, I did not see that, so I can't speak to that. I just don't know.